G'day punters, welcome back to the MacBet Early Move. I'm your host James Milner, and joining me is the Birdman John McLeod. John, how you going?
Geez, that's a call from a long time ago. That was my nickname at school. Bloody hell! and they grabbed hold of it on that little birdie or what it was.
Yes, it was brought back. I thought I'd surprise you today and mix it up a little bit. How are you feeling? We've had a pretty good day yesterday at Doomben.
Yeah, things worked out pretty good. There's a couple of races. There's a couple of horses there that just are going really good. And the last one, what was it called, River or whatever it is?
Wolf Moon, yeah.
Wolf Moon, yeah. Yep. Lovely type. He's just a really good walker. I think he did get it fairly soft in front, but I wouldn't be surprised if the horse keeps on improving either. So. That was a nice one, and the one early I was probably keener on it. Steinbrenner come out a little bit slow, but that was half to be expected. It can do that, and just thank God he just pushed forward a little bit and get around to the second, and he was just too strong for them. They weren't real strong at all in that race. I was a bit surprised the market, shortened up early, which didn't surprise me, but it did get out, and then it came back in late. So I was a bit surprised that the market did that, but I just topped up on it. It was good.
Yeah, that was fantastic. And Wolf Moon, well supported all day. And there was only one more sort of bet during the day, and you said it was sweating up heaps on the audio, and ran accordingly. Came out slow and was pushed forward and just faded bad.
Yeah, the yard's been pretty helpful sort of thing late. I just actually wrote a little bit more of a program for it just to help our prices, and everyone will get them in the audio, and so I'm really happy with it at the moment.
It's fantastic, and I will go for a bit of a health update here in regards to the results. Last week we've picked up 36 units across Queensland and Hong Kong, 148 units in Queensland, and overall winning at 35% profit on turnover, and that's even after a couple of big bets on Saturday went amiss, which you've sort of reviewed in the miracles and bad beats. But yeah, tracking along nicely for the year, absolutely.
Yeah, that's if we can even hold it around the 10%, 10, 15%, that's fantastic sort of thing. So started off really good. Hopefully we've got a handle on a few of these tracks. So I think the track changed a little bit at Eagle Farm to what I was expecting, but I know what they did, and I'm pretty sure I know what to expect next time. I don't think it's going to change too much. So what you've seen the other day is pretty much what you're going to get from now on, I'd say.
Okay, and we'll look at Doomben having the second meeting for the week here on Saturday. Looks like we've got the rail on the 1.5, and the track is currently a soft 5. What do you think the track's going to do there?
Well, we've had no rain, so it's gonna get better and better, that track. That positioning is close to being pretty fair as far as Doomben goes. You still want to be up on the speed, but the around the 2-3 lane 2-3 rail is the most even you can get it. Sometimes when the rail gets out of fair way, it can switch around and be swoopers. So it's a funny track, but look for on-pace horses for the time being. That's what I'll be doing.
Standard sort of Doomben stuff. We're looking at race 9 this week for our early move. I'll just run through the market here. Garibaldi is a favourite, $1.75. Ruka is there, $5.50. Scanning up from that, everything else is pretty much $10 plus. All important is 16s. And we've got Snow Valley there at 11s and Hold the Line 12s. What did you think of the favourite here to start with, the Golden Runner Garibaldi? I know you've backed it a few times with mixed success. I think we landed a blow last time on it when I didn't bet. So
yeah, I think it's a horse that's come back since it's been gelded and flying. It's going really good, but in this race, I think he's going to get the perfect run because there's a lot of speed up front. The only question mark I have is that a lot of these horses might be really thinking that, or the jockeys on these horses up front might think there is a lot of speed, and they might come out and be a little bit more negative than what they usually are. So I'm hoping that the speed goes on. I think there's a few horses that are going to be suited. Garibaldi be one of them. But the $1.75, that's impossible for it to stay that price in this type of race, because what it raced the other day is a lot worse than this field. So it will blow. But he's still hard to beat. He's the top pick, but I've got him nowhere near the $1.75.
We'll look at the second favourite, Ruka, $5.50 out of barrier 12. What do you think about this runner here?
Well, I think the last time these two met, Ruka beat it. Ruka meets Garibaldi 3 kilos better for beating him. But the only question mark on that day is Garibaldi was first up and it was fat. It was new in the yard, and I think we were pretty keen on that day, and I sort of backpedaled a little bit just because of the way it looked. And it had Ruka beaten, and then Ruka come through the middle and knocked it off. Now he's definitely taken advances, Garibaldi, but Ruka's not hopeless here. I've still got it. I've got it around about the $6 mark, and it's a fair price for him. He's going to be suited by the speed. He's going to be giving them start, but so is a lot of these horses with the chances. So.
Next one I want to ask you about is Unguarded. Larry Cassidy is in the seat. It's $18 currently. I could see you're sort of rating it as possibly a bit of a chance.
Yeah, I think it's got a good hope, and I wish it would have drawn a gate.
Yeah,
because he's probably going to have to, even come from behind both the favourites, and that's a little bit tough. But his run at Caloundra the other day was in the worst part of the track and was making ground. It was a nice run. Previous. He won first up. He's going to be hitting the line. He's big. He's going to be good odds. He's going to be in this sort of field. He's probably going to be $21 around there. And I like to have him, right in the market. It's just this gate and where he's going to get to is the bugbear. I think he could run into a place that's, again, when they give him so much start, they're sort of going to have a beacon on him after this run. He's going to be running on, making up probably 5 or 6 lengths, and everyone's going to say, well, nice run. But, he might run into being beaten 3 lengths, and you say, oh, well, that's, the gate got him beaten and where he was. So it's just one of those.
No help. Yeah, sounds like you're keen to back it. And the other one there, Hold the Line, $12, Steph Thornton on board. What do you think about that one?
Well, he's going to get the right run out of all of them. It's going to be the closest out of all these horses, and I expect it to improve off the Ipswich one. I know the Ipswich run didn't beat too much at all, but it did it quite well. And on our figures, it probably had about a length and a half improvement on what it did last time in.
Yep.
And so I expect it to improve, and the $12 is definitely a little bit of overs. I think it's more like around about the $8 mark.
Okay, so how do we play this race? So I can see you've got Garibaldi on top, but you think the price is unders. Ruka about market. If you're forced to bet, I always think it's funny when you say if I was forced to bet, I picture someone holding a gun to your head and saying bet. Who would you back?
Well, I'm going, depending on what happens with the fave Garibaldi, if it stays around the 225 mark, or gets from $1.75 out to 225, I'm still thinking that's short. And like horses like Elixir, even, it's not hopeless. I'll be throwing something small on it. I'll be definitely having something on Unguarded at the price, and Hold the Line, probably a small bet on it. But it's a race where I'm going to go wide in the quaddie and everything in that race, and just hopefully we can get the favourite beaten. And it's not out of the question to get Ruka beaten as well, because it's going to get back, and the field's going to be probably back in the last 3. So I'm going to go wide in the quaddie in that race, and that's probably more my play. As far as I won't be back. I probably won't be backing those other horses, but I'll be going wide and probably playing exotics. Seeing if I can get something out of that.
Box them up and try and get something up at double figure odds. It's an exciting way to bet, and I definitely prefer it than being on Garibaldi at $1.75. Well, thanks, John, for your time today, guys. The usual plug from me, head to macbet.com.au if you want to get John's stuff. Flying at the moment. It's a fantastic time to get involved. $150 a week. You can get all tip sheets for all meetings, including Hong Kong, and the mounting yard mail from John as well in the WhatsApp group, and you've made a couple of changes there to the algo as well, which hopefully helps.
Yeah, no, it's going good. Everything's going good. So get aboard.
Very good. All right,
All right,
we'll hear from you Saturday. Thanks, John.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.